Welcome to the Conscious Strength YouTube channel. I'm Jordan Sather. In this video, we're talking about decalcifying the pineal gland. We're going to get a little woo with this one. So this is a question I've got quite a bit recently, hence the video I'm recording here, how to detoxify the pineal gland and keep it healthy. So if you're unfamiliar with the pineal gland, that's a whole video in and of itself for another time. That's a lot of videos to explain. Basically, the pineal gland is a little gland right in the middle of your brain, right in the middle of your forehead. Sometimes it's called the third eye. Sometimes it's called the seat of the soul because the pineal gland produces what's called DMT, dimethyltryptamine. And the belief is that your pineal gland is essentially the organ of your brain that connects your physical body to your spiritual self or your higher self. Whole lot to unpack with that. That's not the point of this video. If you want further research on the pineal gland itself, I would suggest a documentary called DMT, the Spirit Molecule. I think you can find it on YouTube for free. There's also a book called DMT, the Spirit Molecule, and there's many videos out there explaining the pineal gland, all of the not only science, but spiritual understanding behind it. Big topic. So the belief is it's important to keep the pineal gland healthy to keep your intuition functioning properly, sort of your spiritual self, even your dream state. The pineal gland, when you're in heavy REM sleep, deep sleep, your pineal gland secretes extra DMT, and that's what helps you dream. So there's a lot of idea out there, a lot of belief that's important to keep your pineal gland healthy, and I am much in line with many of that belief. So we're going to talk about how to decalcify it and what to do to sort of get it functioning properly again. Now, the thing about the pineal gland is that it sits in your head, it sits outside of the blood-brain barrier, which makes it susceptible, more so susceptible than other parts of your brain, other parts of your nervous system to toxicity and calcification and encountering chemicals that flow around our bloodstream. So what's really important to do to keep your pineal gland essentially decalcified, keep it away from chemicals is, well, number one, don't put those chemicals in your body. So make sure with hygiene products, cleaning products, the food you eat, whatever you're touching and smelling and encountering and putting on your skin on a daily basis, make sure it's just free of petrochemicals and heavy metals and all sorts of crap, right? Now, particularly when it comes to the pineal gland, what you want to avoid is, number one, fluoride. Fluoride tends to calcify pretty heavily around the pineal gland for whatever reason. So avoid municipal water that has added fluoride in it. Avoid fluoridated toothpastes, even nonstick cookware. So Teflon cookware, when you heat up Teflon, it off-gases a gas that has a fluoride ion in it. So you want to avoid all those things. Make sure you get good water filters. If you're drinking out of municipal water supplies, just get good toothpaste. It doesn't have toxic fluoride shit in it and all the other things that have fluoride. Also, a lot of pharmaceutical products, particularly depression and mental medication, has fluoride ions bonded in the molecules. So some of these products, pharmaceutical products that are marketed as antidepressants, I don't know if they're as much antidepressants getting you feeling better as much as they are just numbing people. So I am pretty anti-big pharma. Avoid fluoride. Also avoid heavy metals, because when it comes to fluoride, one heavy metal in particular, aluminum, reacts very well with fluoride to create aluminum fluoride. And this can destroy your nervous system. And then you think about all the forms of aluminum, all the sources of aluminum that we encounter on a daily basis, from certain things people inject into themselves, from doctors, to all the aluminum that we eat and drink out of that packages our products, to all the sorts of things, right? So try to avoid aluminum specifically, but all the other heavy metals, your cadmium, mercury, lead, et cetera, et cetera. So big things to avoid: heavy metals and fluoride, and also work to detoxify your body from heavy metals and fluoride, which we'll talk about in a moment. Also, real quick editor's note on what to avoid for your pineal gland. You want to avoid cheap calcium supplements. Cheap calcium supplements like calcium carbonate, calcium citrate, because those cheap calcium supplements, some of that, what your body can't absorb and expel, will calcify in different areas around your body, your bones, organs, possibly your pineal gland as well. So if you are going to supplement with calcium, make sure you get a good whole food or food sourced calcium. I'm a big fan of calcium supplements that come from algae. You can absorb that calcium a lot better. Avoid, especially calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate is chalk, literally chalkboard chalk. And taking that as a supplement, very hard for your body to digest and process. So avoid cheap calcium supplements to prevent calcification in your body. Now, what to do to also help sort of detoxify not just the pineal gland, but your whole body, especially your nervous system. Our nervous systems are very important. So I'm a big fan of fasting, not necessarily prolonged fasts, multi-week fasts, but I do like either 1 day, 2 day, up to 3 day fasts. Some people do dry fasts where they don't even drink anything for 3 days. Okay, maybe if you want to try that out for yourself, that's fine. I still drink water when I do my fasting, whether it's intermittent fasting, I don't eat for 18 hours and I only eat during a little window of the day, or if I do a prolonged multi-day fast, I still drink water. So fasting is a good thing to play around with, research for yourself, right? If you want to try it, but it's a good way just to give your body a break, give all your organs a break from having to digest food and to be able to use your energy to regenerate your body. So fasting's pretty cool stuff. Also, when it comes to water, there's a lot of things you can do to your water to either enhance the oxygen content of it, allow your body to break the H2O down to absorb more oxygen out of it, or you can structurize your water, essentially give water more of an energetic or electric effect. There's a lot of ways you can structure your water. That's a video for another time. But water fast, structurizing your water will help with your nervous system. Also, the sun. One fascinating thing about your pineal gland is that the pineal gland is high in melanin, not melatonin. Granted, your pineal gland is also important in the production of melatonin, which is the hormone that helps you sleep, that sort of runs your circadian rhythms. Not talking about melatonin, I mean melanin. Yes, the pigment of our skin. Melanin is also found in high concentrations in the pineal gland. So sun gazing and sun bathing, I think, are helpful in just getting yourself healthy. I mean, get out in the sun, not just for vitamin D and all the benefits of that, but to help sort of get your pineal gland humming again. Now, when I say sun gazing, obviously not at high noon where you look up and you blind yourself, but there's a belief that for the first few minutes of the day, right when the sun's at the horizon, rising or setting, first few minutes of the day or the last few minutes of the day at dawn and dusk, you can sort of gaze into the sun, maybe not directly, but around it, right? Research these things and see if you want to experiment with them. I'm not telling you have to do all this stuff. You want to make sure, even with what I'm suggesting here, that you do your own research and do all this stuff safely and et cetera, right? Disclaimer, warning. So sun gazing, sometimes I like to sit there when the sun's coming up and meditate, gaze for a minute, and then sunbathing. So, get out in the sun, get your vitamin D, and also get your energy from the big ball of plasma that runs our lives, runs our planet. Now, let's talk about some supplements to do as well. And this is by no means a comprehensive list. There's many other things that I could talk about here that didn't fit on my whiteboard, but these are just things that I have experience with, that I've tried, I've found success with. I know other people have found success with. So these are kind of the main points. Now, supplements. A little bit of shameless self-promotion here. Now, Chaga is one supplement that I think is not only good for our bodies, good for our immune systems, it's very high in antioxidants, but is also good at sort of activating that pineal gland. So chaga is a medicinal mushroom. I do have chaga listed on the consciousstrength.net website because I'm a big fan of medicinal mushrooms. Chaga is a very dark, it has a very dark pigment because it is high in natural melanin. So it's very dark. It's also very high in antioxidants, in an antioxidant called SOD, superoxide dismutase, if I'm pronouncing that properly. So big fan of chaga. I think chaga is good for our pineal gland, good for many aspects of our body. And again, if you want to go check it out, consciousstrength.net. So you can try chaga. You can take chaga in powder form, capsules. You can also make teas out of chaga. Granted, chaga, the taste of it's like pretty heavy, so sometimes people don't like the teas, but powder form works great as well. You can throw it in your smoothies. I like to put it in my morning coffee, so I add it in there. Chaga, good stuff. Ormis. Ormis is an interesting compound, very difficult to explain. This is another thing we're going to have to do a lot of research on your own about it, but essentially it's a form of like electrified minerals that helps your body, just helps your physical body sort of gain more energy or gain more electricity to sort of tap into that higher self, I suppose. I don't know. This is a whole long video to explain, but I do also have Ormis on consciousstrength.net. Very solid product. I notice that when I take Ormis, my dreams get far more vivid. So I do think Ormis helps to get your pineal gland going again. Something that I put in my coffee as well. My morning coffee is just this big blend of power. So chaga, Ormis, zeolite. So zeolites help with detoxification. They support the body's ability to detoxify, particularly heavy metals. Zeolites have this kind of cage-like structure and this magnetism to them that sucks in heavy metals and helps expel them out of the body. So this is one zeolite product that I use and suggest by Touchstone Essentials. This is just a spray that you do a few times a day, and I'll link this down below as well. I'll link the Ormis chaga and this zeolite product. You can also do zeolites in powder form. Again, the taste of it's like, yeah, so I don't usually do the powder. I like the liquid, and I think there might be capsules out there as well. But when you're doing stuff with detoxifying, want to make sure you're drinking a lot of water and don't do too much too fast, because you can get, you can detoxify too quick, get what's called a Herxheimer reaction, and kind of feel grody. So again, do your own research with all this. Be careful, and there's that. And then the last supplement I have suggested is Klamath Lake algae. So you might be familiar with spirulina and chlorella. Those are very popular dark green algae products that people take in supplement form. And a lot of antioxidants, protein, a lot of good stuff in spirulina and chlorella. Chlorella helps with heavy metal detoxification as well, in particular. But Klamath Lake algae, very similar to spirulina and chlorella, although the thing about Klamath Lake algae, it only grows one place in the world, which is Klamath Lake, Oregon, hence the name. But Klamath Lake algae, unlike spirulina and chlorella, has the ability to take nitrogen from the atmosphere. And because Klamath Lake algae can take in nitrogen from the atmosphere, there are neurotransmitter precursors in Klamath Lake algae. So I think, and research suggests that Klamath Lake algae is helpful for your nervous system, more so than spirulina and chlorella. So Klamath Lake algae is another one I wanted to put on this list. It can be a little expensive because it only grows in one place in the world, but if you want to play around with it, try it out, find a good product, you can take some Klamath Lake algae. There's powders, tablets, capsules out there with that. So that's just a quick overview. Again, there's many more supplements I could list here and many more suggestions, but these are just the main points that I wanted to cover here on detoxifying the pineal gland and things you can do and take to possibly help your pineal gland get back into balance. So there you go, friends. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. Go check out ContraStrength.net for more videos, more blogs, my products, and other social media platforms to find this brand on. That's all for this one. Enough talk. I'll see you guys in the next video.